And here we are again, folks. Another episode, another haul video, another thank you video. It's a whole mishmash of things for this little episode. First off, I just turned 46, and I want to thank everybody for their birthday wishes. It was awesome. I felt very loved and covered in goo. Sensual goo. It was very nice of all of you to wish this old Sievage a happy birthday. So I thank you. And as I said, my body may feel, I'm 46, my body feels 86, but my mind is still 10 years old, firmly planted back in the 80s, where I loved it so much. And I continue to try to live that as much as I can day by day. So yeah, this is going to be a bunch of different things. I will show off some of the things that my loved ones got me for my birthday. And then I will do some promotion because there's a lot to celebrate. So first off, let's do these real quick. My buddy Andrew, he got me some turtles to add to my Turtles Recollect. But he also got me one of my grails, which is the LJN Roddy Piper figure with his kilt. The reason I've never gotten it myself was because of the kilt. Because if you try to get it with the kilt, it's a lot more expensive. But he found one for a really decent price, and he got it for my birthday. Roddy has always been my favorite wrestler. The 80s era wrestling is my favorite wrestling era. And this is one of the 6 LJNs that I had back then. So thank you, Andrew, for bringing Roddy back to me with his kilt. Then I got Wingnut from the Turtles line, and from the Tiny Terrors from NECA, I finally got Herbert West to add to my Tiny Terrors collection. So there you go with that. I got that down. And then my cousin Casey, he got me the Garth Marenghi book, Terror Tome. Now, if you guys don't know Garth Marenghi, you should really look him up on YouTube. So, back in 2000, gosh, it must have been 2008 now, 2007, 2008, I imported a DVD called Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. And it's a spoof on 80s soap operas, but also like 80s supernatural stuff. And it's shot that way, and you know, it's very appealing to me. And it's a bunch of British, character actors and comedians. A lot of the people from the Mighty Boosh are involved. Matt Berry, the IT crowd, all that stuff. They're all a part of this. And so Garth Marenghi is Matthew he's a comedian, and he plays Garth Marenghi, but he plays like a Stephen King type. He's playing himself in the show, but also showing off his skills as Dr. Rick Douglas in Garth Marenghi. Anyway, this is an actual comedy novel spoof, so I can't wait to get in and read it. Matt Holness. And he also got me this beautiful VHS to computer thing. So I've had many different devices that I've used to transfer my old movies and old raw footage from my VHS and VHC cameras and camcorders and whatnot to my computer so that I could edit that stuff and put them out on Blu Ray or just throw them up on the channel. And they just, you know, none of them really last and the quality always degrades. But so I had this on my list and he got it. And so thank you, Casey, for those. And then the rest of the stuff is from my wife. And she got me Huey Lewis and the News Greatest Hits. This is the 40th anniversary CD bundle of Thriller. We have the album, but I also am still a CD guy and I still listen to CDs, and this has extra tracks that, of course, were for this set, but, you know, love Mikey. She also got me a new, so down here in the theater room, everything is 4K, the projector's 4K, the player's 4K, we have Dolby Atmos and all that stuff down here. Upstairs, we have a 4K 65-inch in the living room, which we're going to upgrade to 85 soon. Crom, please, quick. My eyes are going bad. Even upstairs in the living room, even the 65-inch is just too small for our living room. And where I sit sometimes, I mean, my eyes are going, man. My eyes are going. So we need a 85-inch up there. But we used like a 4K Roku for that upstairs, but we never had a 4K player up there. So she got me another 4K player so that I can play 4K Blu-rays upstairs as well, which is awesome. She also got me the Trick or Treat Studios 12-inch Christopher Lee as Dracula from the Hammer Dracula films. It is a pre-order. It comes out at the end of August. So it'll start shipping at the end of August, but she got me that pre-order, which is amazing. She knows I love Hammer and all that good stuff. So she also got me Howard Berger's makeup book, Masters of Makeup Effects. I love all these types of books, making horror movies, makeup effects, documentaries as well. I love the making of films and all the behind the scenes stuff. So, and I have quite a few makeup books already, but now I have Howard Berger's, who is the B of KNB Effects. So she got me that. She also got me The Last of Us in 4K. Amazing show. We loved it. Also got me House of the Dragon in 4K. Stupendous show. In some aspects, even better than Game of Thrones. In some ways, I think so. And I love Game of Thrones. And I also have that in 4K, but House of the Dragon really blew us away. Great stuff. And then, to add to the John Wick collection in 4K, we had to get John Wick Chapter 4, 4K, in all of the K. We needed the greatest 4K pixels to see John Wick straight mollywop thugs. And then Chris Tansky got me the Thrasher shirt, which I wore in a previous video from Fright Rags. He gifted me that Thrasher. He knows how much I love that movie. Thrashin', sorry, not Thrasher, the magazine. My son subscribes to the Thrasher magazine, but Thrashin'. So yeah, that's the stuff I got for my birthday. Good stuff. Thank you, everyone. And then the night just before midnight, before my birthday, my 46th birthday was about to end, I get a text message from Zach Oliveris, who is the director of the documentary about me and my friends and the films we've made called Zero Budget Heroes, The Legend of Chris Seaver and Low Budget Pictures. He texted me and says, happy birthday, the doc is now on Tubi, which is awesome. So the doc was previously, it's still there, is on Amazon Prime. I think it's like $2 to rent or $4 to own. And you can also, from Zach's website, Zodoc Films, you can get the physical media, the documentary with extras on Blu Ray, and you can also get a VHS version. VHS, of course. But now for you cheapskates who didn't want to fork over the $2 on Amazon Prime or get the physical media, now it is free on Tubi, and it's out there on a much wider scale, which is fantastic. And I hope you guys go and watch it. One, if you're just interested in how I've been making movies for my entire life. It pretty much goes from my birth in 1977 till 2001, when it was the 30th anniversary of Low Budget Pictures, and whatever, you know, we were doing at that time. But it's a real chronicle of my life and the people I call my extended family, who I love very much and brought into my life and these films and helped me make these films. And he did a wonderful job. I've said it many times. I'm glad that I relented and finally said yes to his requests for him to make the documentary in the first place. I wasn't about it at first. Some of the gang were not about it, but we relented, and he's a great guy, and I'm glad we did, because it's a wonderful documentary. And just like if you're an aspiring filmmaker and want to see the ins and outs of not how everybody should go about making films, but at least how we do, and the trials and tribulations and all of that. And you know, if you just like behind the scenes of independent filmmaking, it's a great documentary, and I love it. So it's now out there, guys, on Tubi for free, and sit through the ads so that Zach gets some money. You know, he spent 3 years of his life and a whole chunk of change making that documentary about us idiots. So whatever can go back to Zach is fantastic. And if you do, you know, if you like it and you want to review it, you can go to the IMDb page, and it's up there, and you can review it there. It's also on letterboxd.com, which is a rate and review site, but it's also you can chronicle all the films you've seen in your lifetime, sort of have your own list, and you can review, and you can give stars and whatnot. But you know, help a brother out. Let Zach know what you thought of the doc. It's very much appreciated, and yeah, so it's out there. It's awesome. I'm excited for people to see it. I'm excited for Zach, and yeah, there you go. So like I said, you know, all that good stuff. I am also, I have noticed an influx of people coming to me, either because of Tubi, because a bunch of my flicks are on Tubi and Amazon Prime and other streaming sites, and so they've been asking for, like, you know, where we can get a lot of the movies if they want to buy them. It's interesting. I have a bunch of, so I've made like over 60 films. I really need to count. I think the film that I just shot is my 64th, maybe 65. I don't know. I need to chronicle and sit down and really, you know, count what's what. But I've made so many movies, and I've made so many movies for different companies. You know, I've got some movies that I did for alternative cinema, which is also camp motion picture. That was Phantom of the Grindhouse and Paranormal Investigation Agency. I've made a bunch of movies for SRS Cinema. Most famously are the Terror at Bloodfart Lake films, the Sex Squatch films, I Spit Chew on Your Grave, Ski Wolf, there with SRS Cinema. And he doesn't, I mean, SRS, they don't really sell that stuff anymore, which is ridiculous. I wish they would just put out some Blu-rays of that stuff and do what Tempe and Make Flicks and J.R. Bookwalter did with the 13 movies that I made for him, which you can get on makeflix.com, which is the Teen Ape and Bonejack Dirty Dozen. It's not 12, it just has a ring to it. That's what he liked, that's what he called it. It's 13 of my films, all remastered with a shit ton of old and brand new extras that you can get on makeflix.com. He also is selling my 2015 gross out comedy, The Weirdsies. That's up there. It's also remastered with brand new extras, and really the first time wide that it's available. So if you want to get those, you can get them at makeflix.com. But I also have a bunch of movies that I just sell myself, whether it be just to fans online or at conventions. I don't really have a store anymore, like an online presence like that. Many years ago we did, but I'm thinking of bringing that back next year. So I'm doing a sale right now where you can get some of my movies that I sell and that I make per order for fans, $20 each, and that's shipped in the US, or there's a bundle deal. And you know, the bundle deal is $120 for all these shipped to you. But I'm going to show you what they are. First is Low Budget Pictures Classics Volume 1, which is the Anal Paprika trilogy. And this goes from 1999 to 2001. So they're all remastered, and a bunch of new features that nobody has ever seen. And a couple old ones, but for the most part, we did a whole bunch of new stuff on there. And that's a 2-disc set. And then let's see, then we go to Low Budget Pictures Classics Volume 2, which is Blood Trim and Bloody Giblets. Again, remastered with a whole bunch of extras, including stuff that nobody's seen, like the Slumber Party Cheerleading Bukkaks Get Slaughtered, a word short. The raw footage that we have left from Blood Trim 2, which has a story behind it. And, you know, it's got bloopers, and it's got brand new commentary and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So that's Volume 2. We also have Low Budget Pictures Classics Volume 3, which is The Karaoke Kid and Scrotal Vengeance. Remastered, recut. Karaoke Kid is a brand new cut, and brand new extras, and a couple of old extras, but mostly brand new extras. So that's Volume 3. Volume 4 is Meter Man and Meter Man 2 from the 90s, early 90s. Remastered, bunch of extras on this. Again, stuff that nobody's seen. Really early Low Budget Picture stuff from the 90s. That's on here. And then Low Budget Pictures Classics Volume 5. And we have 2005's Ghoulish Chronicles from Bonejack High and 2006's House on Bonejack Hill. Both remastered. Both with, I mean, all new extras and commentaries and some really fun stuff on here. Oh yeah, the films that didn't make it, which is something that nobody's ever seen, that's on here, and that's like almost like 90 minutes. Eesh. So it's a lot of bang for your buck, guys. You know, right now I'm doing 20 shipped, or 120 for all of these, and that's a lot of movies you're getting on these discs. Then we've got Warlock Home Video Double Feature Volume 2, which is Happy Holidays and the Dingleberries, remastered with old and new extras. We've got the Stoinky Saga, which is Stoinky Beach, a Stoinkmare Before Christmas, and a Stoinkmare on Halloween Street, with extras, commentaries, all that good stuff. It's a compilation of some of our stoinkiest shorts yet, the Stoinky Saga. We have my 2014 remake of Todd Cook's 1992 film, Evil Night. And there's a bunch of extras on here too, and you'll find out the significance of Todd Cook and myself on this disc, and you know how special this was and all that good stuff. So that's there. And then finally, Seavage's Fan Film Frights. It's got two very crucial fan films that we did back in the day in the 90s. This is an all 90s disc. This is Friday the 13th Halloween Night fan film, and From Almost Night Till Almost Day parody of From Dusk Till Dawn. The Friday the 13th one is from 94, and the Dusk Till Dawn one is 96. It's got brand new commentaries and a bunch of raw and ridiculous footage from 1991 till 1996. I have brand new 2022 interviews with the original members of Low Budget Pictures, my crew that started it all with me. So that's really fun as well if you're like a completist. But I mean, all of those movies on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Blu-ray discs for $120 shipped, or $20 each shipped in the US. And this is for, you know, this is really because I've been getting this influx now of people either discovering my stuff or realizing that I'm still out here making movies after all this time, after 32 years. And they've, you know, hey, where can I get this? Or, you know, what's this? And blah, 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 blah. So if you want to get at me, it's warlockhomevideo@gmail.com. And you can find out how to order this stuff. And in the fall and winter, I always do sales as well. And we have Saturday Morning Sleepover Volume 5 coming, and then we're going to do a bundle of 1 through 5, and 5 is a 80s Christmas marathon of 80s television and cartoons for Christmas from the 80s. So that stuff will be coming out. And there is a brand new release that is being worked on. It's finally coming. 3 of my films that many people have asked for, and I finally got some the okay to do a very limited run. But the Heather and Pugly quadrilogy, that's 12 Inches of Dangling Fury, Heather and Pugly Drop a Deuce, Heather and Pugly Crucify the Devil, and Heather and Pugly Cockblock the Apocalypse. They're all coming in a Blu Ray set, remastered with a shit ton of extras. I mean, those discs, those original DVDs never had any extras, really. So this is the first time we're going to have some extras for that. And that is coming for the holidays. That'll probably go from, you know, Halloween to Christmas type thing. There's only 50 of them are going to be made, and they're going to be $40 each. And you're getting a lot of stuff. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. But that's finally coming. So there you go, guys. That is this little update, and thank you, and you know, everything. It was a great birthday, and great family and friends, and everybody was around, and it was great, and we shot a new movie, and the doc is now on Tubi, so please go and check that out and rate and review it. And you know, and if you want to get some of my films, go to makeflix.com. If SRS were still selling a bunch of my films, you could get them there, but they're not. But you can get a whole bunch from me as well. Just email me, warlockhomevideo@gmail.com. Through PayPal, we'll set it up. So thanks everyone. I do have another video coming very soon, and it is I'm going through my horror movie Blu Ray and 4K collection. I'm gonna like chop it up. So the first batch coming up is the horror one. Then I'll do like sci-fi and fantasy and action, and then I'll do comedy and everything else. But the horror is coming up, guys. So thanks so much. And if you like this, if you like the channel, watch the channel, like all the stuff on the channel. There's a whole variety of stuff, 80s and nostalgia and horror filmmaking and horror movies and toys and all sorts of shit. Give it a like. If you do, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when the new stuff goes up. And we'll see you on another episode of It Crept from the 80s. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me after all this time, fans, friends, everybody. I appreciate you, and we'll see you again. All right, bye. Oh, I hit this button. No!